Hey, I want to say thank you for joining me in class today. It's a little crazy. Before class started, I had to get all the equipment from the house and bring it in here for live streaming. I'm glad some of you said that you liked the cat and the emoji. Funny thing was my phone kept slowly turning as we were live streaming, and when I caught that, I had to get Mr. Emoji back in. Thank you for the feedback, though. It's helpful for me to know that helps you. Very curious that some people, their left and the rights were the same as mine, and other people it was flipped. So I think there's something different between phones and computers possibly. Those of you that were challenged with streaming, I found out some people had it clear at streaming all the way from beginning to end. So that tells me we are streaming okay here in the studio, and it's probably your device. So things that can help you. Number one, it seems like when people's computers are freezing, when they go to their phones, it often works better. I'm finding with my phone that if I power down and power up, it's much better. Also, go to your storage, and if you check, there could be a lot of stuff there that you don't need. So take off what you don't need on your phone. That'll probably speed up your streaming too. All these things we're learning as we go along. And then the other thing is when you're at home, any devices that you don't need to be on Wi-Fi when you're wanting to watch a class. So for example, for me, I've got my monitor. I'm making sure that you're seeing me the right way up and not sideways. But once I can see that on my monitor, I click that off the Wi-Fi so that when I'm streaming to you, the only thing that is on the Wi-Fi is my phone, which I'm talking to you via in this moment, and that definitely helps. So if anyone else finds other ways to help them, let us know. And I'm really enjoying being able to come to you in this way daily with Nia classes. We had like about 180 people popping in and out during the class, and 60 of you stayed from my beginning to end near enough. So I really appreciate that. I'm glad that I can be helping. You're welcome to share this with any friends and family. And I just keep saying, please, if you usually take class with another instructor, pay them. I want to be helping support their livelihood. And if you're in a financial situation where you're challenged with your finances, or for any reason, if it was the best thing is for you to receive class as a gift, then please, it's a gift. And then if you want to contribute to helping me here at Soma Ranch, I give you two ways, Venmo or on our website, of how you can pay me. And today we had the focus of form and freedom, and I hope that you enjoyed that. It's one of the great things in NEAR is looking at it's not simply, oh, everybody does whatever they want to do in class, and at the same time, it's not you must do all these movements the same. So when we do a focus like this, form and freedom, it really opens up that creativity. So notice in class as I was delivering it, I played with, you could use the emotion of grumpy, you can use the emotion of happy, you can use the emotion of excited, wanting to invoke that you can do the same moves as me, and you can choose that. And then what I was bringing in, I think a lot in class, this is what I call taking the class face, that we can be moving our body, but there's so much focus that we can sort of have this engaged yet almost frozen face. And I think when people are working through the screen, it's even more that we're just like taking class. And so when we bring emotions, but then also playing with animating in our face, that is helping you to access more emotion, but also use the muscles of your face, hopefully in a way that you are toning your face. It's a great incentive to do that, hey? And then once I've set up the simple move, it's also an example of how when we're using very simple 1 or 2 katas per song, once we set up that move, part of the freedom is you can stay with this pattern and do it your way. So it could be travel around the room. You saw how I showed. You could do turning with this if you want to. You could go smaller, you could go bigger. You can play with more highs and more lows. So these are all examples of how you can bring your creativity into the form that I'm providing. Take some time to what we call in NEAR, recapitulate your experience. Notice like, oh, what did I do well? What did I do different today that helped enhance my experience? And then it can be, okay, from what Helen has shared and from what I was doing in class, or maybe comments I've seen on the page, What one thing can I bring next time to have even better experience with this? And that links into something I wanted to share with you is one thing I've done for years is I play with every time I teach. Can I always take at least what I call one safe risk? So today for me, it was like I got limited time. I'm almost positive it's going to start pouring down with rain. And I knew it might be difficult time-wise, but one of my safe risks was move everything to the studio. It was like, what's the worst thing that could happen? I won't be able to stream today. What's the next worst thing that would happen? I might be a little bit late, but I'm appreciating that you guys are very forgiving and loving with me in this experience. So thank you for that. Another safe risk I played with today was letting myself be, show different emotions and invite you to be grumpy as well as happy. Those things feel a little edgy even for me, and but it's like, it's a safe risk, and I hope that that brings something to you. What it brings me as a teacher is when I have the discipline of every time I teach, I'm going to take a safe risk. It can be physical, mental, emotional, or spirit unique. By doing that, that is what has kept me growing as a teacher for these last 26 years doing NIA. And so that hopefully then benefits you as my students, as my participants taking class, in that every class I am always seeing, where's that little edge? I don't want to take myself as the teacher out of my comfort zone. Any of you that have taught kids, you'll know, like when a teacher's out of their comfort zone, the class knows. They can sense it even if they don't cognitively connect the dots. So with that, I invite you to play as a participant every time you take a class with me. What one little safe risk can you take? Could you move a little bit bigger than you are? Could you move your face a little bit more and be a bit strange? Could you use some sound? Can you sing along with me? Can you use more expressive hands and fingers? Can you let go a little bit of really intently watching what I'm doing and get a little bit more creative? For some of you, it's like, can you be a little bit more creative? Look at some of the details. Everybody is different, so we can all be on our own developmental path this way. But I invite you, one of the things you can bring as a participant, and if you're teaching classes, is playing with this idea of what one safe risk, at least one, could I take today? And for me, that is over time, it has shown me how safe risks, I stretch myself, and then after class I realized I was okay. And even if I feel like I messed up, I can laugh. I can bring joy. I can bring relaxation. I can at least say I learned from the safe risk that I took. And most of the time I am so joyful of like, I'm so glad I took that safe risk. I feel bolder, I had more fun, I can see I'm constantly improving and transforming, and that really, it warms my heart and keeps me doing what I'm doing without getting bored. I can't imagine ever getting bored of Nia. So I hope this has helped you. Let me know if you have any other questions and comments. And again, thank you for dancing with me. Take a safe risk. Hope to see you tomorrow. Bye.